And welcome back to the beautiful Arcadia Rec Center here in Calgary, Alberta. Sunny day outside. Tons of hot, heavy action inside here as we're at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup 2016. I'm Mac the Mouth from Vancouver, Canada. And with me is...
It's me. It's Macklemore. I'm back once again on a live feed. I don't know why they keep doing this. They keep trusting me to come over for this. They seem to trust me for these games specifically. I'm from up in the far northeast of Scotland, so I apologise now if anyone can't understand a word I'm saying.
That's all right. There's actually someone typing English underneath as you speak right now on the feed.
We've got subtitles that scroll along the bottom next to the score.
Yeah.
That should work.
And the reason we're both here today is we're darn excited about being able to call the feed for the first game today for USA and the first game today for Scotland.
This is going to be insane. Those who tuned into the last World Cup in Birmingham in 2014 know that the crowd at that game nearly took the roof off of the futsal in Birmingham. Just when Scotland scored a point, but they ended up putting 40 plus on the board. It was a full hour-long game, admittedly. This is just a half hour, obviously, as we're getting for the first 2 days. But what can Scotland do? It's a brand new team. It's a different USA team from what we've seen from the last couple of years as well.
Yeah, and again, it amazes me that there's that depth of talent, that pool the USA has, and they continue to bring other skaters up to this roster. I was in Lincoln, Nebraska last week for the Junior Olympics. Mm-hmm. Corey Payne was coaching the Northwest team, so we had a chance to chat about this. He is stoked about this. I walked by to say hi to him, and there was nothing but focus on his face. He's going to say hi to me later.
I can imagine there's going to be a lot of noise from the crowd in this one, as well as on track. This is, like you've said, this is a different team. There's a massive amount of depth to both teams, if we're brutally honest, because it's almost a different Scotland team from what we saw 2 years ago as well.
Absolutely.
But it still shows just how strong those countries are as roller derby nations, that they've almost changed completely their squad. They've utilised the depth that they have, but neither team is weaker than it was 2 years ago. If anything, they're both maybe a little bit stronger than they were 2 years ago.
I totally agree. This men's roller derby, and I'll compare it to women's. I was at the 2011 World Cup in Toronto. I watched Scotland score that 1 point against the USA. It was like they won the tournament. Yep. They felt like that. The crowd felt like that. But Scottish roller derby since that time, we're talking 5 years, and now it's changed dramatically. Europe, you can look at WFTDA and MRDA, you see all these teams from over the world now involved in the mix.
It's growing massively. Well, as they get set, I think we're going to go across to the house announcers.
Judging by that noise, we've got our starting skaters out on the track.
Looks like they're ready to go, and well, there's the lineup straight away. Jamming for Team Scotland. A man who 4 months after putting skates on his feet played in his first game. 4 months from wearing skates, and that was less than 2 years ago.
Fantastic. That would be Optimus Grime.
Number 10 for Scotland in the blue. And of course we have Jonathan R, number 6 in white, jamming for USA.
Already heavy contact right out of the gate. Both jammers forced to the back of the pack.
Don't think I've ever seen Jonathan R taking off pack that quickly in a game before. Optimus Grime trying to push his way through. He's getting bogged down in the middle, come off on the inside line. Jonathan R stretches through past Skate Pliskin and Cronenberg at the front. Lead jam first off for Team USA. Optimus Grime, meanwhile, off on the inside, recycled back again. Oh, and that looks like a track cut penalty called on Jonathan R as he comes through on that first pass. Hits the deck, comes on track, and he'll go and take a seat, but you'll see following him in closely behind is number 10, Optimus Grime. So we're going to get a quick switch around in the penalty box.
The jammer dance, yes. 1 in, 2 go in, 2 come out. At a 0-0 score, we don't know if any points were picked up on Jonathan's pass before he got knocked out.
Both teams now trying to jockey for position as they work their way around that turn as the jammers come back in. Working away, Optimus Grime is through, he's away, no signal from his jam referee. Jonathan R off on the outside, back in again. Optimus Grime's pushing his way, he's away out through the front of the pack. Oh, and as the crowd explodes, track cut penalty called on Optimus Grime. He'll make his way and sit down once more in that penalty box.
What I can't get over is the work by 101, Matheson, and also Cronenberg out there. The two of them single blocking, double blocking, some amazing blocking by Scotland. I'm thoroughly impressed how they're holding up this US jammer already.
They work extremely well, and although this is a newer team for Team Scotland, this is of course 2 blockers that you mentioned there, Matheson and Cronenberg, both involved in 2014. Matheson actually scored the first points against Team USA.
Well, that was a fitting start to this game.
4 more points being signalled by the Lukes from the jam referee for Team USA. That puts them on 9 at the end of that first jam. That was a long first jam.
That was a very long first jam. 20 seconds to get the jammer out of that pack, and that was the American jammer trying to get out of that pack. Team USA ran into a lot of blue wall there. I'm really impressed by the blocking already with Scotland.
It's been a big, big change in how the team plays, not just in how the team looks, but in how the team plays overall since 2 years. Starting on a power jam now for Team USA. Optimus Grimes still in the penalty box. Looks like that's number 7 in the white with a star for Team USA. We have Magnum out jamming and away for the lead jammer. He comes in. Optimus Grimes back in play. Magnum through and away.
Grime just wants to stay on the track for this one. Keep it clean. Stay out of the box. Pick up 2 calls. This is a jam where you don't want it to get in your head. You want to get out of the track, get out of the pack, get back to the bench.
That's what he does well. He's a big, big, strong guy, and he can push and push and push his way through the front. Magnum catches up almost away through the back, round the outside. No points on the board for either team. Strong jamming from Optimus Grime keeps the score 0-0 at the end of that jam.
Well, they did pick up 4 earlier in it, but on that second pass,
on that last
no
one,
points. Very good on Scotland's half. I think they would, and I know it's early, it's a 30-minute game, but if you told me 4 or 5 minutes in it's 13-0, I think we'd both be
definitely
very impressed by
especially
Scotland's
with,
play.
as we mentioned, how long that first jam actually went for. The fact they were able to hold it and drag it and pull it out as long as they did, and now get to this. Looks like we have set off. That's number 10, Carter, jamming for Team USA. He's out and away. First off takes lead jammer. It's number 7, Horndog, jamming for Team Scotland.
Fighting a tough 2-wall at the front. Some nice offense comes in to help, but again, they recycle so quickly, and all 3 skaters reverse blocking. Difficult space to get through when they're all facing you like that.
McAfee and Quadzilla were working hard at the front. Looks like Morrison trying to work a bit of offense for his jammer. Works, create a little bit of space, but now we've got Quadzilla again trying to hold Corndog up at the front.
Yeah, a lot of recycling by the US blockers, individually and in pairs. Tough to get out of that pack.
Looks like we've had a star pass from Team Scotland. Horndog takes the star off, passes it to his pivot. 0-4 Morris, again, another one making his debut in the World Cup this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had to cycle to the back of the pack. Not get that advantageous star pass a little closer to the front to give your pivot a chance to make a run for it.
He's back in, he's recycled back, but again, that 4-wall, just a wall of white sitting at the front. And to be fair, Morris probably knows a lot about walls. He's from the Granite City, he knows a lot about granite. He knows what it's like to go up against a wall. Scotland
nice work at the front, holding Carter, though.
Looks like Codenberg, Horndog, and Red Baron all working there. Solid 3. Quadzilla comes in to work a bit of offense. Works the full effect, clears a space on the inside, moves Cronenberg, allows Carter away through. Woodward there with a big hip check, takes Morris off on the inside line. Carter jukes, drops his shoulder around the inside of Horndog. Red Baron tries to hold him up, just enough, takes him off. It's Cronenberg. That looks like a penalty's been assessed to Morris. Track cut called on the Scotland jammer. He'll make his way to the penalty box, take his seats, and as he does so, the jam comes to an end and time runs down.
Big jam there. 30 points put on the board by Carter. 43-0 right now. USA 43, Scotland 0 after 3 jams in 5-6 minutes. Those are long jams.
They are. We can't tell if this is being done tactically or USA wanting to put on as much points and make a statement in their first game. Or is this just solid blocking from Team Scotland that's forcing them to just keep going?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. Also, Team Scotland's had some penalty trouble, so they want to get their pack out. They got a full pack, now they got to get their jammer back on the track.
Trying to see what they can do for holding back the blocker at the front. Beastang's out and away for lead jammer. Of course, power jam start for Team USA. Morris started this one in the penalty box, sent off for a track cut at the ends. Shrugged off that last block. Beastang just says, that's more like a bee sting. Thank you very much, get out of my way.
Tactically, I like the way USA is stretched. They're not sitting in a wall at the back, they're sitting in a stretch line, and it's not like every 20 feet it's like it's an accordion line where they can quickly reform the pack or hold a blocker back like they're doing right now.
Exactly. I mean, you're seeing a lot of quick reformation between the two teams as well. If that pack does get stretched out and the jammer gets taken off, there's a big stretch and a big emphasis on getting back in play and reforming that pack as they go.
USA's got their jammer in the penalty box for a cut. Here's an opportunity for Scotland to put some points on the board. I know there's a tired pack out there. They're down. They've got their full pack out now. Now's the opportunity to pick up those points. And
oh, goodness me. That's a shame. Morris came out of the penalty box. He has passed the star across to his pivot at the start of this jam, which is number 12. That's Gig. But unfortunately for him, as he found a way in the inside line, he cut the track, will take a seat in the penalty box. B-Stang is out and completes a scoring pass for 5 more for Team USA.
We'll have to wait and see if a point was picked up before that cut, because it was farther down the track. He may have passed some white hips, because this crowd wants him desperately to score points. You can hear it out there.
I think if at the end of this jam we see points go in the air, I think we can say goodbye to the roof and most of everything else that's built into this ring. Cruises round backwards if you can. Well, why wouldn't you?
Yep. And I'm seeing that tactic a lot now with jammers coming into the pack and turning backwards. Let's see if Scotland got a point on that board. Come on.
No, looks like no initial pass completed, I think, from Gig.
You're right. Correct. Coming out of the box, he was cold. Had to make that initial pass.
Morris came out, couldn't pass past the star. Gig, no much more successful than he was, unfortunately. But still, again, that's solid defensive work from Scotland at the front. They are reforming as a team extremely quickly at the front. They're getting themselves that position on track that they want.
Yeah, you cut this game into thirds. Is this a good 10 minutes for Scotland? It absolutely is. 68 points in 9 minutes. I think they'd take that if we talked to them before the game.
Indeed, and here's a man that they managed to hold back quite well in the first jam of the game. Is Jonathan R. back in jamming for Team USA. Again, starting on a power jam. Gig starts in the penalty box with a star for Team Scotland. Pack spread out. Looks like Gig's back in play. Skate Pliskin now will make his way to the penalty box. Team Scotland down a blocker. Quadzilla joins them. That opens up a little bit of space on the pack. Gig's back in play, still trying to find a space. Cronenberg and Red Baron trying to work as a pair. A big hit from Woodward. Woodward working well as that last blocker on track. Quite a lot of the time you'll find he's just the solo blocker at the front. Such a big shoulder, just drops it in, takes the jammer off and recycles him back about 20 feet from where he wants to be.
Again, great pair work at the front for Scotland right now. Jonathan R. is like getting gassed out by these two blockers, doing a fabulous job holding up.
Red Baron and Cronenberg again doing that. They seem to be working extremely well as a pair so far.
Stretched out packs everywhere right now.
As they push, as they stretch, looks like Nick Gig's taking the star off. Still in his hand, gets hit off to the outside line. He'll be recycled back. Looks like Quadzilla's going to take him back. He got knocked off at the corner of turn 4. He's being recycled back halfway down that second straightaway. That's not where he wants to be, especially not facing that American free wall right in front of him. And as Jonathan R. comes off to the outside line, he tries to get recycled back, but he hits his hips, hits the jam, calls it off. USA now up to 86. Scotland still 0, but still 19 and a bit minutes left to play in this game so far.
Teams get back onto the track as they stand at the Nerd Skate Shop jammer pivot line, or between the jammer and pivot line. They can choose wherever they like to be. As long as the jammer's behind the jammer line, it's the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line.
It's like on that jammer line. I think jamming for the first time in this game so far for Team Scotland, 1998, that's T-Virus. And I think we've got number 7, Magnum, back in wearing the star again for USA.
Big hit at the back by number 82 for USA. That was Control.
Magnum's away and takes lead jammer. T-Virus gets knocked off on the outside line. Percy Control took him off. He's recycled back down that straightaway. He's making a bit of progress. That 3 wall at the back for USA, just moving forward, keeping themselves in play, allowing them to just hold T as long as they want to.
D Scott, or D Bots, 2468.
Magnum through for another scoring pass. T-Virus lining up. Sees Tony Muse, McAfee coming in to work. Looks like McDonough coming in and trying to work a bit of offense for him. Didn't work to full effect. T-Virus recycled back down that straightaway. Magnum does the smart thing, gets knocked off, keeps himself safe and in play. He'll go off, recycle back in.
Nice knockout by Tough. The pivot there for Scotland. And again on Tough's side again, try to force him out on the side. Magnum takes that run down the inside of lane 1, and he's off again for another pass.
You could see just as Tuck was trying to work hard on that offense, it was like the pivot for USA. Tony Muse came in and says, no, not for my jammer, sir. Sorry, I'm going to take you out instead. Percy control, this time being the one to square the T-Virus. Big hit takes Magnum off, looks like Dafty this time, not very daft that time. Four more points up on the board to finish off that jam for USA. 17.5 minutes to go. USA 105, Scotland on 0.
Yeah, Bruce skate noose, the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder. You spend a lot of money on those skates. Don't shove them in a bag full of sweaty gear. Your skates hate that. Get your skates aired out, show them off with Bruised Skate Noose. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're online at bruised.com.
Everyone knows those pads do start to smell. I'm assuming these people will as well after a while, because this has been a tough game, especially for the jammers so far. That's Optimus Grime back in play for Power of Scotland. Picked up 2 cut track penalties so far in the game. He'll be looking to avoid those, stay on track as long as he can. Looks like Carter, he's lost the star off his head, but he had gone out quick enough that he has picked up lead jammer.
He's popped his lid.
His star's down on the track, which means
he has... This is really interesting, because he can drop down on his hands and knees and get it, but he's got to be cautious he doesn't take himself out of play, risk a penalty, but at the same time, good blocking by Scotland to cause some disruption there for about 10 seconds of getting that star back on.
Good work from Zub as well. As he came back to try and pick up that star, as soon as he had it in his hand, Zub said, I tell you what, you've got it now. I can take you off track if I want to. Tried to recycle him back. Carter, though, just so quick.
You always have to wonder the depth of the U.S. roster, what skaters are sitting this morning that might be playing this afternoon or other games.
Definitely. Looks like we've had a star pass there. Optimus Grime starting to feel still a bit tired. He's passed the star to his pivot. That is 101 Matheson. As we said, picked up those points in that first game against Team USA 2 years ago. You can tell he's worked hard on his game since last time. There's a lot more movement, a lot more juking and jiving to the inside and the outside. Can't quite find the gap past that way. Carter can, though, as he skips over the apex.
And that was probably the longest continuous diamond the U.S. has played this game, where they actually held. They've been doing a lot of single blocking.
Oh, goodness me. Sorry to cut you off, Mac. It looks like Quadzilla. Matheson, Zub, worked a bit of hard offense, cleared a space, allowed Matheson through. Quadzilla came out of nowhere. It was like a Pokemon Go attempt. All of a sudden, a wild Quadzilla appeared, used tackle, and it was super effective.
50 hit points. He probably powered up, too.
I think he did.
Optimus Grime has taken a bit of a pounding up there and had to get off the floor a couple times. A little slower than the last time. It just maybe used to be 2 minutes of this. I'm tired watching it from here, I can't imagine.
And these guys are having to work so hard. And by these guys, I don't just mean Team Scotland. By no means, don't look at the score and think this has been an easy game for Team USA. It's not. It's really, really not. The defense for Team Scotland has been extremely solid. They're reforming at the front of the pack and gaining that position on track has been so good from them so far. And they're going to take a lot of heart out of their performance so far.
And to speak to Scotland's strength, because that's the first time in the game that USA had to put a tripod together and hold a hard diamond versus all the individual blocking we've been watching. They've been pretty strung out. Suddenly they're doing a lot more pack play, and that's because of Scotland's adjusting.
USA now just adding to their tally. Just before this one, they had 6 out of 7 lead jams. That takes them up to 7 out of 8 now, I would imagine. And it's B-Stang who's away. Still working hard in the middle. Looks like Horn Dog, unfortunately, assessed a penalty. Could well be forearms as he goes. He'll take a seat down. That means the Power Jam, sponsored by Roller Derby Athletics for Team USA. B-Stang's going to try and take full advantage. Big hit from Gibb on the inside. TJ Binkley taking off. They're now trying to recycle, just split that Team USA wall up. Skate Pliskin. Oh my goodness me. Sorry, Mac. What a hit from Skate Pliskin. Here's my shoulder. Let it meet your sternum.
Oh, took him up. That was a great hit.
Again, just the 2 blockers left on track for Team Scotland. That's Gibb and Skate Pliskin. Oh, no, it's not Skate Pliskin. I tell a lie, it's Took. Trying to hold space at the front. Horn Dog back in play. Still jamming for Team Scotland.
USA happy to hold that jammer and have a Power Jam start sponsored by Roller Derby Athletics.
As they get themselves reset, something that may come in handy for a lot of the individuals taking part in this, especially after games like this, is Merry Chaos. Be harder, better, faster, stronger with one-on-one coaching from Derbalife and Chaos Stevie. New Derbalife Transformation Challenge starting on August 8th. And while they do that, we're going to give you a team timeout.
S1, 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 S1. S1 is part of my uniform.
A clear path through the pack almost never exists. So we fight and make our own.
Welcome back to the Arcadia Rec Center here in beautiful Calgary, Alberta. Early morning here. We're probably into our third set of games, 2 tracks, so 6 games, probably 6 games in the bag.
I've lost track already, Mac. I'm not going to lie. It's been a busy morning so far, and this is only day 1 of 4. It's going to be huge. You saw there during the commercial break, S1, they not only sponsor part of this tournament, they also sponsor a lot of the teams involved, including Power of Scotland. S1, the Lifer helmet is the best fitting and safest helmet for roller derby. Get a Lifer, be a Lifer, s1helmets.com. Covering up one of those S1 helmets is a star for Team Scotland. That's number 1998 T-Virus.
A smile on his face as he eyes down the blockers in the back of the jam here and tries to step back in. He knows what they're up to.
Jonathan R. just took a big step over the inside line around Kronenberg. Wasn't so much a jump as it was a hi. I'm just going to cross over this way if you don't mind. Morris comes back, big hit, trying to work offense for his jammer. Didn't create a massive amount of space for him, but...
Oh. Good thing he kept his head down there in that little leap, just about clipped Pliskin. But he got out of the way just in time. Still in a bit of a star stash mode right here. As T tries to make his way out. Forced out again and cycled back.
D-Bots trying to recycle. Looks like a track cut has been called on him. D-Bots did the smart thing. No one saw him coming. Jammer went off to the outside. D-Bots ran down the inside line, drew the cut. Power Jam, sponsored by Roller Derby Athletics for Team USA. There's a man you want to try and take advantage of a Power Jam as well as Jonathan R.
Fortunately, Scotland's got all 4 blockers out on the track right now, so they can eat some time out of this Power Jam. Keep it down to 1 pass, and that is a successful kill.
Let's see Quadzilla dishing out the instructions. They want to try and hold Kronenberg back as long as they can. I'm not sure how much of that is a tactical advantage or how much they just don't want Kronenberg sitting on their jammer. He's been so effective so far in this first half.
Yeah, just track recognition to say, call it off, keep the jammer standing, let's get a fresh start, fresh group out there, out on the Nerd Skate Shop jammer pivot line. We got Magnum. See what kind of setups here, see what kind of strategy USA runs on a Power Jam start. Do they throw everyone at it? Do they just let their jammer go? Already one of the skaters is kind of getting in the way in a little bit of the
You can
front.
see they're looking.
They've got a setup though, right?
It looks like they lined up with 3 on the inside line, through the fake for the 1 pivot on the outside, worked to full effect. Cleared a massive gap on the inside line, allows Magnum through for another lead jam for Team USA.
And those are the set plays at home you need to be watching, you skaters and players and coaches out there. These are these things you can chalkboard and practice with your teams. You're just seeing it at the highest level.
So Gibb and Took now, that last blocker, tries to hold Magnum back. He had him on the line. Somehow Magnum still kept himself upright and in play and threw another pass. That 3 wall at the front for Team Scotland now. So Gibb and Gig were trying to work hard. We're 2-3-7, that's Took, who we've seen a lot of so far in this first game, but very effective on track for Team Scotland. It's hard to single out any of the individual blockers for Team Scotland, because as a team, they have worked so well together.
That's in their strength, that when they get in pairs or threes, they have much more success in holding up jammers and eating up time.
Looks like we've now got a Power Jam swap around. Power Jam sponsored by Roller Derby Athletics for Team Scotland now, this one.
And I can tell you that the crowd here is willing points on the board for Team Scotland. This is their opportunity.
Has he got enough time in him? Can he run it down? There's that one blocker at the back trying to find space for him. T-Virus looks like he may have got them. Oh, we can't tell. He has cut track. Did he get that point or not? We're going to have to wait and find out. Likes to keep the crowd on tenterhooks. Can't say I blame him. Keep feeding them. Keep feeding them. The crowd love it. Track cut penalty called to him, so he will sit down, but it looks like Magnum's back in play now.
That was Grime with the cut. Optimus. Got to watch the number of penalties he's picked up. I think it's 5 in the 30-minute games.
Yeah, I believe so.
He could be sitting on 3 now.
Although, is it? No, it's T-Virus who's actually seated.
Okay. Never mind. Sorry, Mrs. Grimes.
I'd be more worried about his partner. Oh, it looks like... Oh, you can hear the reaction for yourselves. Never mind us telling you. No points put up on the board by the Jam ref. And Power of Scotland's bench coach is in there just querying, just to make sure they're adamant. Come on, just give us one. Come on. You give them one, they earned it. It's not even give them the point, they earned what they believe was the point, but it looks like that track cut may have been issued just as he was completing that first pass on a blocker.
And another, looks like another Roller Derby Athletic Power Jam start here for Carter, who's the leading scorer in this game, and for Team USA, 30 points and 25 points respectively in the last 2 jams. Carter's out of the pack and coming around in scoring position.
T-Virus back out of the penalty box. He's in place, so Power Jam over for USA. Again, the teams, they spread out, almost filling up the entire straightaway, coming out of turns 2 and 3. Quadzilla now will make his way to the penalty box and take a seat down as Carter goes through on a scoring pass. T-Virus knocked off on the outside line. Recycled back. It's almost like every time he takes a hit, he's getting recycled further and further back around the track.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Scottish Jammers have skated as much forward as they have backwards in this 30 minutes, and that takes its toll.
So that's Zub, and I think we've got a star pass now. That's Matheson's got the star in his hand. Second time we've seen a star pass to that number 101 pivot for Power of Scotland.
He's having great
Pushing
success
hard.
at the front.
Oh, goodness me, again. So many times we've seen that from Woodward in this game so far. He's that last blocker right at the front, just drops the shoulder, takes the jammer, off to the outside line, and back he goes about 30 feet from where he started. And a back block called on Matheson on TJ Binkley.
That's an interesting call because that skater was shoved into his path that he back blocked. My coach, my A's starting to brighten up on my hand. I think I want to go out and talk to somebody about that. But I'm not going to get the penalty back or the points back. So unfortunately, that's not a good call in terms of using up a official review.
No, this is very
actually
very
we don't
true.
get any in the 30s.
Well, this is it. I was going to say during these first 30-minute games over the first 2 days, teams both have one timeout each that they can use, but they don't have any official reviews.
Correct, that's right. So I would go out and verbally assist the referees by just sharing my thoughts with them.
Offer a little bit of guidance.
I have 30 seconds. I can,
exactly, use your time well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never mind the 30 seconds. We've got around about 5 minutes left to go in this game. USA leading 211. Scotland still to get off the board, but they've been ever so close as they've pushed through. See if they can make a difference in this one. It is a Power Jam start, but looks of things for Team USA. B-Stang, Power Jam sponsored by Roller Derby Athletics. B-Stang's out and away for lead jammer for Team USA. And as he does so, Matheson comes out of the penalty box. Power Jam over. Didn't last very long, but he got out and got lead for it.
Nice work at Scotland at the front here with a 3-pack, holding well. Gonna drag that pack out. Oh, nice backwards turn though.
That was 2-8-2-0 McDonough working hard at the front, bracing the wall for Team Scotland, but again, solid jamming from Team USA, sees him clear through.
And that was a good example where the Scottish blockers are stretched apart. B-Stang just had a bounce through versus those hard walls they set up.
Yeah, once
really
they get split up,
stops.
it does make a lot of space for those USA jammers. Nick Zub with a big offensive hit. Clears a huge space on the inside line. That allows Matheson to complete his pass.
Oh.
Team USA saw him coming, though, unfortunately calls the jam. Keeps a clean sheet.
The crowd just willing points on the board.
It's exploding every single time Team Scotland get through.
Team Scotland bench is whipping the crowd. Skaters on the floor whipping the crowd in a frenzy. The announcers in the house here. And hey, if you're in the Calgary region, you need to come down and see this live. And you can feel it in the room here.
If you're not in the region and you want to experience things like this, why not get your country to host the next Men's Roller Derby World Cup? Never mind, I'm going to stop talking because it looks like T-Virus Trying his hardest. McAfee working virus control. No, it's not. It's Optimus Prime. We've blown up the microphones. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Optimus Prime got through, got lead. Jammer makes his way to the penalty box. But because he was lead, we're going to have a 2-minute jam.
Yes, and I believe he picked up points in that. He passed some hips before the penalty.
He may well have, but the one thing we've got guaranteed is Scotland will have a lot more time when he comes out of the penalty box to try and run this one as close as they can.
Magnum trying to keep only one hand out of bounds, being knocked down so he could stand back up and play and go. Like, talk about athleticism and strategy. Recognizing where you are on the track and using it.
Star pass there from Team USA. Magnum no longer. It's now Quadzilla, number 23. Out jamming as Optimus Prime comes out of the penalty box. Oh my goodness me. Watch him drop that shoulder and just charge at that ball. He's a big guy. He hits big, he skates big, and he has the biggest heart of anyone you'll ever come across.
40 seconds left in this jam. And again, strategically in this position, I'd almost take my entire pack at the front, go full offense on the white wall, and just get those points. And why not get those points on the board?
Work it, get the offense.
Go now.
Godzilla taken off. Cronenberg takes him off on the outside. Optimus Prime again just taken off on the outside line. He'll be recycled back.
Time to play offense, Scotland. Knock some people around there. Let's get your jammer out.
Get in, create a bit of space. Looks like a back block being called on Optimus Prime. Second time he'll make his way to the penalty box in this jam alone. I think that puts him on 4 or 5 altogether so far. 4, 2 cuts, a back block, and 3 cuts and a back block. The jam comes to an end, but well, there you go. If you can't tell at home.
We don't have to tell you what's going on here. You can see it in the stands.
No, you can see it as the camera pans across the crowd. Massive reactions, as always. The Team Scotland points on the board.
I bet there's some yelling going on over in Scotland right now.
I would imagine there's a lot of noise back home for that one. Power Jam, sponsored by Roller Derby Athletics. Start off for Team USA. That's number 10, Carter, out taking advantage. You can see again, never mind splitting them up. That Scotland 4 wall holding firm at the front. They don't want to be caught out. They don't want to be split. Does happen ever so slightly.
Some really nice work by, you watch that offensive play out there, coaches. They're chasing that opposing pack, and then they're hooking them on the hips to break them apart and slowing. So they're trying to catch drive. Yeah. Oh, lots of distraction on the outside of lane 4. Easy lane to jump through for Carter.
Optimus Prime now out of the penalty box, back in play, tries to spin round the outside of Percy control. Back in, he's just trying to push. Look at the solid 4 wall from USA. And look how much Optimus Prime is moving them.
I'm just saying, that's a strong man. He's moving that pack.
It's an absolutely solid wall, and yet he manages to just push, 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 push. And as the jam is called, we hear the long rolling whistle to bring this game to an end. USA not keeping a clean sheet against Team Scotland.
That's got to be Scotland's plan today coming in. Most of these teams today have got to have a plan of, when we're against a stronger force, let's make sure we get some points on the board, play some solid blocking. It's not halftime as it says on your screen. No. That is the finish of our 30-minute game.
Yeah, all games over the first 2 days will just run for 30 minutes. We may have 1 hour-long game at the end of Saturday, but we'll know more about that once we know how these games go today. But listen to that noise. Listen to that noise for Team Scotland. They've put points on the board twice now against the USA.
Yeah. It's exciting to be a team in that position, to play against a team of this strength and come out the other end excited, high-fiving, getting points, meeting goals. And you can't say enough about Team USA. I mean, are they on all cylinders? Are they playing everybody? But I'll tell you, they played hard today.
Nobody
and Carter,
knows.
83 points, the highest scoring jammer in the team.
Indeed. I mean, as a further credit to Power Scotland, we mentioned earlier about Optimus Prime, a man who only started skating just after the last World Cup. Put his skates on 4 months later, played his very first game and he's the man to put those 3 points up on the board for Power of Scotland. A great achievement for the team, a great achievement for the individual, and a great way to set up what is going to be a fantastic weekend of roller derby.
Oh, absolutely.
Both of these teams are going to be much fun to watch as it goes on.
And
This
the
is
pools
everyone
are
else.
starting to develop already. We're already getting people asking who won that game by how much, because wins count and
Yeah.
point differential counts. So France winning a game by a high differential put them in the top of their pool after their first game today, but that's going to change literally by the hour.
Exactly. Well, that kind of wraps things up from track one, the Nerd Skate Shop track. I've been one of your announcers, Smacklemore, joined as always by
Knock them out.
Smack and Mac on the same track. We called the pack, we saw things. I can't think of any other words to rhyme it. We're going to wrap things up now and hand you back to our studio, who have another interview lined up for us. They've been very busy today. We're going to be very busy all weekend. Thank you all for listening. We'll speak to you all again very soon.
Okay, back in the studio, we've just seen an incredible game on track number one of the Team USA and Team Scotland. 3 points scored by Team Scotland, and it just set the roof off on this place. I'm Panda. I'm joined here by Luke Mainwaring. I do apologise. Thank you. Joining us from Team Wales. How's everything been for you so far?
Great so far. Calgary's boot of the city. Absolutely gorgeous place to be. The flight out here was long, but well worth it, especially with my son. 9 hours on the flight for a 2-year-old was a bit much.
Yeah.
But to be fair to him, he was an angel, so I can't complain. No, it was good.
And this time around, he's actually able to join you.
This time round, he's actually able to join us, definitely. Last time, my wife was pregnant with my son, Joshua. And so I was annoyed I didn't get a shout out last time. I did try. But no, yeah, so this is his second World Cup. He's been to everyone so far, and numerous European Cups as well.
Yeah.
So he's a very big Derby fan so far, even if he doesn't know what's going on yet.
How long is it going to be till you get him on skates?
We've already had him on
Okay.
skates. Yeah, skates, scooters, skateboards. We're doing our best.
Anything with wheels?
Anything with wheels, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your first game here earlier on today, which was Wales versus Mexico. Taking the win with 77 points to 45.
Yeah, a win's a win. We were happy with that. We really needed to win that game to continue in the tournament as we wanted to. It was a nail biter of the first 10 minutes. They got lead, got 5 points in the first jam. So we were worried about that, but we settled down. They were very hard hitting to begin with, really, and quick on their offense. But we settled down, and we stuck in there, and we got the win in the end.
It was a really well fought game, and I think we saw a strong defence from both of the teams.
Definitely.
And thinking back to 2014, we saw Team Wales just improve incredibly throughout the tournament. Was there anything that stood out for you from 2014 that you think we'll see again here this time around?
Passion, Hoyle in Wales. We've leading up to this game now to the tournament, we've been trying to train far more than we did in the previous tournament. We've been trying to get a training session every sort of month leading up to this now. Not always with great success from boys all over the country, not just Wales itself. And the credits to the boys who've travelled down to most sessions from Manchester, Scotland, all over. Most of the team is from South Wales, but credits to those other boys who've come down.
Absolutely. Is there anything in particular that you are looking forward to about this whole weekend, the next 4 days?
Just playing teams that you're never going to get a chance to play. Just being part of this a world sport. It's fantastic. Where we tend to see the same faces a lot in British roller derby. We might as well all just live in the same town and play. You see the same, so it's really nice to see some different faces that we saw in 2014, old friends. It was nice. It was nice to see people.
What do you think about our newer teams? We've got 5 teams competing this time around.
Mexico quality.
Yeah.
I really think they're gonna got a good chance of beating. I mean, I don't want to say disrespect to Germany and Spain, but I think they've got a good chance. They've got a really, really good chance of beating those teams. Chile, I haven't seen yet. I think they're playing Argentina right now.
Yeah.
And they're holding their own, it seems. What other teams are there now? Spain.
Yeah, so the 5 teams that we've got from this year that we didn't have last time was Team Spain, Team Italy, Team Mexico, Team Puerto Rico and Team Chile.
I saw Puerto Rico train yesterday afternoon. They were before us and they look like they've got some quality skaters. They don't seem to have many numbers, or there weren't many of them training last night. They may have more today, I don't know. But they were fast skaters. They looked like they were good skaters. I couldn't see much about their derby play, but they look quality. They look to play good skaters. I haven't seen Italy or Spain, so I can't. But they could. I'm sure they've got good skaters as well. So.
Right. As you did mention on track 2, we've got Team Argentina and Team Chile playing. Just 8.5 minutes left there. Team Chile with 24 points, Argentina on 76. So you can flicker back and forward between the two streams if you want to. We are almost ready to go over to the track, so I will send you over to them shortly. Just a quick time to say thank you very much for joining us. It was a great game, Team Wales, earlier on. I really enjoyed that. The group that you are in is the orange group, so we've got Argentina, oh sorry, no it's not, it's green. I'm reading the wrong one. Canada, Spain, Germany, Mexico and Wales, so some big teams.
Big teams. Well, Canada's our next game, and that's the big one. That's the big one against the host team, so we expect a big crowd and a lot of passion in the audience from both spectators.
Oh, I mean, already so far here today, it's been so loud.
Well, I didn't think we could have the interview after that Scottish. Optimus got 3 points. Well done, Optimus. That was awesome. Yeah, you should be proud of that. That was amazing, and the place erupted. Absolutely erupted.
It just reminds me back to 2014 when they were playing against Team USA.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. So we are almost ready to head over. I'm going to wait for the countdown from the production team. Is there any games in particular that you want to see?
I want to see Argentinian games. I'm annoyed I'm missing this a little bit.
Well, it's on the stream right there.
Yeah,
so
we can watch it from here. I'll just sit here and watch this. No, they look quality. I saw them train yesterday as well, and they are the team that I think are going to be shocking people here this weekend, because I think they could really go far, really far.
Great, awesome. All right, so we're going to go to some commercials now, so I'm going to hand you over to take some messages from our sponsors.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates.
Official skate shop, Men's Roller Derby World Cup 2016.
For people who roll.
I am your fortress on the front line of sport. Engineered to be stronger than the attack. I defy convention by protecting more with less. Helping you breathe easier, hydrate faster, speak more clearly. I am Sisu, and I fend for you.
We really miss the feeling of spontaneously visiting a store and trying out the newest gear. A hangout for all roller skaters. Everyone has their own unique style. Because of our large assortment, we can now personalise roller skates while you wait, so you can try them out right away. Our mission is to fit you with the right gear, and don't forget to turn left.
Hip, whip, don't trip, slap the pack. If you block the flock, then I can jam the track. Quads on the floor, styles on the head. Roller derby log, what the zebra said. Yeah, we rollin', yeah, we rapping for real. Can't feel the back wheels underneath my heels. Up through my spine, penetrating the heart. Calling off the jam till the next jam starts.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates.
Official skate shop, Men's Roller Derby World Cup 2016.
For people who roll.
I am your fortress on the front line of sport. Engineered to be stronger than the attack. I defy convention by protecting more with less. Helping you breathe easier, hydrate faster, speak more clearly. I am Sisu, and I fend for you.
really miss the feeling of spontaneously visiting a store and trying out the newest gear. Hang out for all roller skaters. Everyone has their own unique style. Because of our large assortment, we can now personalise roller skates while you wait, so you can try them out right away. Our mission is to fit you with the right gear, and don't forget to turn left.
A lot of very impressive people in roller derby. This was definitely a proud moment for me, wearing the black, white, and red.
I care about this thing more than I care about any other article of clothing in my wardrobe.
This represents to me like 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears.
Glitter is fun and hardcore. I've learned that it's hardcore. My uniform is always in pristine condition.
My truck is purple, my shoes are purple, my underwear are purple.
It takes a lot of drive and a lot of passion to keep going in roller derby.
Sometimes when you play roller derby, you're just kind of like, why am I doing this? This is so weird.
I just can't imagine that I'd get more kicks like playing golf than I do hitting a, you know? Feels good.
My name is Rachel Rotten.
My name is Midge Wilhelm.
I'm Fifi Nomenon.
I'm Jackie Daniels.
My name's Steph Maney.
Hi, I'm Scald Eagle. And S1.
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 And S1 is part of my uniform.
Hip, whip, don't grip, clap the pack. If you clock the flock, then I can jam the track. Quads on the floor, styles on the head. Roller derby log, what the zebra said. Yeah, we rollin', yeah, we rapping for real. Can't feel the back wheels underneath my heels. Up through my spine, penetrating the heart. Calling off the jam till the next jam starts.